Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here today. I'm a Queens boy, but I spent a lot of time on Long Island, and I love it. A lot of time in Oyster Bay. It is one of the really great spots, not just on Long Island, but in this state and in this country. I'm pleased to be with Joe Saladino. He abandoned Albany. He was in the legislature. He disappeared one day because he wanted to be home. He wanted to work with his local community, and he's doing a great job. Let's give him a round of applause. To all the elected officials who are here today, Senator Brooks, Senator Hannan, Assemblyperson Pellegrino, you heard them all announce. Let's give them all a round of applause. We're doing a lot on Long Island. There's still more to do, but we're attacking the big problems. Property taxes, property taxes, property taxes. We have to get them down. They're unaffordable. They've been unaffordable for too long. Nassau and Westchester, two highest property taxes in the United States of America. And we have to get them down. We're making progress with the Long Island Railroad, which we have to get to run on time, and because it is necessary for all of Long Island, and we're proud of that. But more than anything, today is about enjoying the weather, enjoying the company, and there is a message today celebrating Columbus Day. Christopher Columbus is a symbol of the Italian-American heritage. That's what it is. And there's now an argument about Christopher Columbus, because nowadays there's an argument about everything, but arguing whether or not we should honor Christopher Columbus. It's not about Christopher Columbus. It's about the millions of Italian Americans who came to this country under hard circumstances and made it what it is. You know, and people forget, when the Italian Americans came here, they came here poor. The rich Italians didn't come. They didn't have to come. The ones that came were the poor ones who were seeking opportunity. And they had a long, tough road. Italian Americans were discriminated against when they came. They weren't given jobs. They weren't taken seriously. And they had to fight that discrimination. I remember my grandmother on my father's side. They moved into a neighborhood. They bought their first house. And the neighbor came over to her and said, Mrs. Cuomo, make sure you keep the covers on your garbage cans and you sweep up, because this is a clean neighborhood and we don't want you dirtying it up. My grandmother would tell that story for 40 years. She would cry. The stereotype that Italian Americans were somehow different than others. The stereotype of Godfather and all these movies that show the Italians as the stereotypical thug. We've had our fights, and we've had a long road. But you look at the contribution that the Italian Americans have made in every field: music, legal, the best judges, elected office. We have a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate, and that's what Christopher Columbus Day is all about, and we're not going to let it be forgotten. And keeping that tradition alive is important. We don't want to lose it through the generations. I've worked very hard to keep it alive with my 3 girls. I married an Irish woman. I'm divorced now, that's a different story. But every Sunday, I would make my girls sit down, and we would have spaghetti, sausage, and meatballs. I would say I made it, but I didn't really make it. I bought it. But I bought it before they woke up, and then I put it in the pot with the sauce, and I had the sauce on the stove so they didn't know any better. And that was the tradition, because I remember my grandmother cooking that sauce all day, and the whole house smelled of the sauce. And we would sit at that table, and we would have the spaghetti and the meatballs and the sausage. They wouldn't eat anything, and we'd go out to dinner afterwards, but that was okay. Because the point was, it was about family, and it was about taking time and connecting with one another, and the love that the family has and the love that the support the family gives. Italian-American culture, it's family, it's education, it's hard work, and it's law and order. That's what we brought to this country, and we should be proud of that contribution and keep it alive. Enjoy and God bless today.